Dave, thanks for joining us, thanks for talking to us. A nice week to look forward to in terms of no league points till the end of the week at stake, but Leeds United up. First of all, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, when I saw the draw, it's an absolute cracking draw for us. You know, they're probably the biggest one club city in the country. I can't think of any other, that's for sure. Maybe Newcastle. Newcastle, yeah, Newcastle is a city, yeah. But everyone goes on about how fanatical their sports are. Leeds are exactly the same. The fact that they've sold out for little old Crewe coming to town, it says everything you need to know about the football club. You know, I spoke to obviously Murph, and you know, I grew up down the road, so you know, I spent many a night in Leeds when I was younger, and you know, you just understand. One of my mates is from Leeds. I grew up with it, you know, when I was playing, and we often used to go to his house in round day and spend time in the city. When you understand how big it is when you've spent a bit of time there, and they're back where they should be. It took them a long time, but they're back where they should be, and they're making a right good fist of it. Well, they made a right good fist of it last year, and I'm sure they'll make a right good fist of it this year. So. It's a terrific draw for us, similar to last year when we had Villa, and they were very good on the night. I think the scoreline did flatter them slightly, but you know, the fact is they showed their quality, and that's what it's all about. And we've got to be prepared for Premier League quality tomorrow night. What
is that big difference? You mentioned Aston Villa, and you've played a few, you know, big clubs. What is that real significant difference that your players will have to try to bridge the gap?
It's everything. It's not just the faster or the taller. It's not. They are taller. They are faster. They are quicker across the ground. They're quicker in speed and thought. You know, the techniques are better. That's why they are where they are. It's going to be a great challenge for our lads. You know, like I've said, we're still trying to find his feet a little bit in terms of a new team, but we'll get there, and it's going to be a proper test in front of a brilliant crowd tomorrow night.
You have long-term plans here, and you look to encourage players to push on and move on. Do games like these now and then come up help players progress?
Yeah, well, they can do, certainly. It certainly shows them the level. If they're unsure of the level, then it certainly shows them the level. You know, so if they're under any illusions of whether they think they're good enough or they don't think they're good enough or they deserve to be in the team or whatever the question may be, then you know, it's nights like tomorrow that will show them exactly where they are in the football pecking order world, if you like.
What about you and your coaching staff? When you look at it and you're working out your team, you've already mentioned work in progress. You've not been able to put out a set-off team yet for two games running. But do you have one eye on Saturday at Charlton, or is this the real focus?
We certainly have one eye on Charlton Saturday, that's for sure. That's certainly not been disrespectful to Leeds in any way, shape or form, of course. You know, because you can't. But at the same time, we've got to. You know, this is a one-off, whereas we've got 40 odd other games in the league, and we've got to make sure that that's where our bread and butter is. So we've got to be mindful of Saturday. It's another long trip on Saturday. We've already had three long trips, Hartlepool, Oxford and Portsmouth, and there's another one coming at the end of the week. So it's been a bit manic, a bit hectic, you know, coupled in with norovirus and a few injuries, then you know it is a bit manic, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Financially, it's a terrific draw now because, as you say, you're going to hopefully get around 1,500 of your own fans, but Leeds fans, full credit to them, have snapped up all the tickets. So a game like this for a football club like Crewe is a real help and a bonus.
Oh yeah, I don't know the numbers. I've no idea what it would mean. But I'm sure Andrew Blakemore will be a busy man Wednesday morning counting some pennies if that's how it works. I don't know, but yeah, look, that's an aside, if you like. It is a bonus, but we've got to make sure we go there and give a good account of ourselves, which we've done in patches in the league games so far, but nowhere near consistent enough. And that's got to if we're not consistent tomorrow night, then it's going to be a tough night for us.
You've been on coaching courses with some of the big names in the world of football management, and you're still on coaching courses, but you're up against a Marcelo Bielsa who's got a great reputation, managed at the highest level, the countries that he's managed as well as the club sides. You relish that head to head? Are you going to be saying
of course.
or not?
No, believe it or not, I went to see him against Hull in this round, in this competition, this time last year, and it was at Elland Road. And listen, it's not enough to speak like this about managers, but I kept finding myself watching him. And I was just walking up and down and sitting on his bucket, walking up and down and sitting on his bucket. And I'm concentrating on the game. I suppose that's the aura of the man, and that was me, 50 rows up in the stand kind of thing. So, yeah, it's going to be great to meet him and come up against his team and pit your wits against him and see if he does anything in the games that might catch you out, or how he sets his team up, because that's the challenge. That's my challenge tomorrow night, and we've got to prepare the players for whatever the manager and the players throw at us.
The one thing that you always know when you're up against the Premier League side, don't matter who they turn out, they're top quality, because they'll have 2 or 3 teams that they can turn out.
Of course, that's the requirement at Premier League level. We've got a squad of about 22 or something at the minute, 20. It's tough at the minute, but we're not as fortunate. But then that's because we're not as big as Leeds. We haven't got the resources as Leeds, because we haven't got 37,000 coming through the door on a Tuesday night. That's the economics of football, if you like. So listen, whatever team we put out, we've got to do ourselves proud, and we've got to make sure we give a good account of ourselves, and you never know. It's as simple as that. I've played in bigger, I once played against the world champions 3 months after the Lithuania World Cup in Germany, and I can remember saying at the time, well, we need 3 lads to get injured in the warm-up, and 3 lads 10 minutes in, and then 2 sending off after half an hour. And I thought, as ridiculous as that sounds, it's 11 against 11. We've got to match certainly their endeavour, because that's one of Leeds' big things. And then we've got to match their quality for as long as we can match their quality for, in all areas of the pitch. And if we do that, then we've got a chance.